May recording pag mobile.
200 meters. Turn right.
Recording in progress.
Left.
Okay, so good day everyone. So for today, we're going to discuss about security operation and threat intelligence, no? So security operation and threat intelligence are syempre, important components of cybersecurity strategies and modern organizations, no? And security operation focus on monitoring, detecting, analyzing, and responding to security threats in real time, while threat intelligence involves gathering, analyzing, and applying data about potential threats to proactively protect systems. So the integration of these two areas, no, enhances an organization's ability to prevent, detect, and mitigate cyber threats effectively. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Turn right.
Okay.
And then turn left.
Start po ako magpapresent sa Module 9, Security Operations and Threat Intelligence. First, let's talk about the threat intelligence and threat hunting. Threat intelligence and threat hunting are both essential cybersecurity practices, but they serve different purposes. For this lesson, let's break down uh, those two. First, let's talk about threat intelligence. Threat intelligence involves collecting, analyzing, and using threat data to enhance security defenses. It focuses on understanding cyber threats before they cause harm. The future competitive landscape, understanding these trends helps you anticipate potential threats and opportunities. By the word itself, in threat intelligence, we need to collect, we need to analyze, and use the threat data that can enhance our security defenses. And syempre, by this modern world, uh, naganap po yung cyber threats, kaya ngayon pa lang kailangan natin i-prevent yung mga ganong klaseng harms in future competitive landscape. Next, let's talk about the types of threat intelligence. First is the tactical threat intelligence. In this part, indicators of compromise or IOCs like malicious IPs, domains, and file hashes. So we all know about the malicious IPs, the domains and file hashes that can cause a threat. Okay, and operational threat intelligence, insights into attacker tactics, techniques, and procedures, or what we call TTPS. And in this part, uh, as threat intelligence, we need to know what the insight of the attackers, know what the tactics, what the techniques, and what is the procedure they need to do, no? And next, strategic threat intelligence. It is a high level analysis of cyber threats to guide decision making. Yan. This in this part, we need to analyze, the cyber threat, and cybersecurity that leads us to good decision making. And for technical threat intelligence, this is the details about malware, exploits, and attack tools. So in cybersecurity, we have a different types of attack tools that we need to do. We need uh, to do when we yun. And what is the details of malware? Yan. That's the technical threat intelligence. Threat hunting is a proactive approach to finding hidden threats that may have bypassed security defenses. Unlike automated detection, it involves human-driven investigation using advanced analytics. In this part, we all know that as a IT, we need ayun, we need to find the hidden threats that can be bypass the security defenses. Uh, Kumbaga, ito yung mga threats na kung saan hindi siya totally madedetect, but it can be detected by human-driven investigation. And syempre, using by advanced analytics. There are key aspects of threat hunting. First is the hypothesis-driven investigation. Based on known attack behaviors, such as if an attacker gains initial access, where will they move next? In this part, in this part, there's a question we need to get the answer if the for example like this now, where will they move next? And uh, and in that part, malalaman natin kung saan sila atakin ulit pabalik. TTP based hunting, or tactic, techniques, and procedures based hunting, uses the MI3 ATT&CK framework to track adversary behaviors. Um, mamaya, yung Mitre attack, itatakil po natin mamaya po yan. Next, pangatlo, anomaly detection identifies unusual behavior in network traffic, endpoints, and logs. In this part, we need to identify the unusual behavior of the network. Yan, for example, network traffic, yan, endpoints, and even mga activity logs. Next po is threat intelligence integration. Uses threat intelligence to enhance hunting effectiveness. Since we have an intelligence or knowledge when it comes to hunting of the threats, and we need to enhance this now. There are four threat hunting processes. First is the trigger. A suspicious activity, IOC or TTP, is identified. In this part, uh, before we before we know about the cyber threats, there's a triggers. Okay, and next is an investigation of analyze, examines logs, network activity, and endpoints. In this part, once we detect that trigger or identify the suspicious activity, we need to investigate, and we need to examine the activity logs or network traffic or activities, and most domains and IPs, and that's we need to investigate. Next is the discovery. This is the confirmation of a potential attack or security gap. Yan. Confirmation na kumbaga parang once na investigate, what is the confirmation, no, na there's a possible or potential attacks. Yan. Next, response and incident response teams mitigate the threat. Yan. We need, after we discover the threats, we need to respond also. How they work together, yung threat intelligence and even yung threat hunt. Threat intelligence informs threat hunting by providing IOCS, attacker TTPS, and contextual insights. Next, threat hunting improves threat intelligence by uncovering new IOCS and attack patterns. And 3, both enhance security operations by reducing detection time and strengthening proactive defenses. Okay, let's talk about the cyber threat intelligence frameworks. And cyber threat intelligence, or CTI frameworks, it helps to organize and it helps the organizations to collect, analyze, and share threat intelligence in a structured manner. Some of the most widely used frameworks include MI3, ATT&CK, STIX, and TAX and TAXI. And okay, first let's talk about the MITRE ATT&CK framework. ATT&CK, or adversarial tactics, techniques, and common knowledge, is a globally accessible knowledge base of adversary tactics and techniques based on a real-world observation. It helps organizations to understand how attackers operate and how to defend against them. And in this part, they have a knowledge what the tactics and techniques, no, of the attackers based on real world observations, and based on observation how we can defend against them. Next is yung STIX, or Structured Threat Information Expression. STIX is a language in a format for representing cyber threat intelligence, data and structure, consistent manner, and also it allows organizations to describe and share threat information in a detailed, machine-readable format. In this part, uh, this is the language and format that represent the cyber threat intelligence data, and and it provides the information in detailed and also in machine-readable format. TAXI, or Trusted Automated Exchange of Indicator Information, is the transport protocol that enables the automated sharing of cyber threat intelligence between organizations in a secure and standardized way. While STIX structures the data, uh, like kanina, is a language and format for representing cyber threat intelligence data and structured, uh, while the taxi, it facilitates its exchange. Okay. How STIX and taxi are used? Sharing threat intelligence. First is the sharing threat intelligence. It facilitates interoperability and sharing of threat intelligence across security platforms such as SIEMS or even firewalls. Next, automation. It helps security teams to automate threat intelligence ingestion and response actions. Collaboration, it promotes collaboration between organization or SICAS, ISACS, information sharing and analysis centers, and government entities. Okay, next, Security Operations Center or SOC is a centralized team responsible for continuously monitoring, detecting, analyzing, and responding to cybersecurity incident. And this team, this is the responsible for monitoring and also detecting, analyzing of cybersecurity incidents. It serves as the nerve center of an organization's cybersecurity defense. Key functions of a key functions of a SOC. First is the continuous monitoring and threat detection. This is the we have a five key function of SOC, and in this part, continuous monitoring and threat detection. This is the 24/7 monitoring of network, endpoint, and cloud security. Yan. Next, incident response. It identifies and classifies security incidents. 3. Threat intelligence and hunting. Uses threat intelligence platforms or tips to stay updated on cyber threats. 4. Vulnerability and risk management. It performs regular vulnerability scans and patch management. And lastly, compliance and security reporting. It generates reports on security posture and incidents. Now, let's talk about the 6 key roles in SOC. First is the SOC analyst. In this part, we have a 3 tier. First is the tier 1. This is the entry level that monitors, alerts, and escalates incidents. Tier 2 or mid-level investigates incidents and perform forensic analysis. Tier 3, senior level or threat hunter. It conducts advanced threat hunting and incident response. Number 2, SOC manager or security operations center manager. 3, threat intelligence analyst. 4, incident responder. 5, security engineer. And last is the penetration tester or the red team. Okay? Incident response and automation and orchestration or SOAR. Incident response automation and orchestration are key elements in modern cybersecurity operations, enabling organizations to detect, investigate, and respond to threats more effectively. These processes are typically implemented using SOAR or security orchestration, automation, and response platforms. Okay, we have a three key SOAR capabilities. First is the orchestration. Orchestration is the ability to coordinate decision making and automate responsive actions based on a assessment of risk and environment states. Next is the automation. Automation is related to orchestration. It is a machine driven execution of actions on security tools and IT systems as part of response to an incident. So our tools allow security teams to define standardized automation steps in a decision-making workflow with enforcement, status tracking, and auditing capabilities. And lastly, incident management and collaboration. This so our capability helps security teams to manage security incidents, collaborate, and also share the data to resolve the incident efficiently. And that's all po, sir, and thank you po.
Papabarya lang. Hindi ko alam kung paano. Okay,